Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be going over my Destiny 2 Shadowkeep Festival of the Lost 2019 guide. This guide will cover everything I know about the Festival of the Lost and all of the efficient methods of doing everything. This is basically your one-stop shop for the Festival of the Lost. And one important thing to note is that this guide will not include anything about the Xenophage or the new Pit of Heresy dungeon. This is just going to make a focus on the Halloween stuff. And this event takes place from October 29th to November 19th, so a 3-week period. So what is it that we're going to talk about in this event? We're going to be talking about all the different currencies and my favorite way to get each one of them, talking about the event vendor Eva Levante, talk about the new haunted forest activity, the special masks that you can get everywhere, the special quest lines that lead down to a toothbrush, all the new Eververse items. We're going to be going over everything that I could figure out. And of course, I haven't made a spreadsheet this time, but I have made a docs. Very similar to the way I've made docs previously, is I've made it look good. I've got bolded pieces, I got pictures, I've got interludes and props, and I mean, I don't know why I said the word interlude, but it sounded right. And if you wanted to get your hands on this doc, which I'll be showing throughout the video, just stay tuned to the end of the video, and I'll be talking about how you get it. And of course, this is going to be a fully free and public doc for you to use at any point. And of course, as always, my videos are sponsored by the Kitty Cats of America. That would be the KKA, not to be confused with the less than appropriate third letter there, but this is... That's the joke I'm going. There hasn't been a single person in my life that I haven't laughed at when they say I use a script. That's hobgosh. Oh, and you know, 5% off of Astro, 10% off of Control Franks, link in the description down below, blah, 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 blah. More kitty cats, please. Moving on, let's go ahead and get started with the bulk of this video. First up, let's talk about the event vendor, Eva Levante. She offers many things, including masks, bounties, mystery grab bags, Masquerade's helm, and the exclusive 950 power Werewolf auto rifle. Most of these things are pretty self-explanatory. You buy the bounties, you get certain rewards of strange coins or candies or whatever. The masks are also pretty straightforward. They're an ornament for your Masquerade's helmet, so anytime you want to change the way you look, you keep the same helmet. The mystery grab bags are kind of like your little loot box opening. The legendary version drops any legendary kind of gear, and the rare version drops any kind of rare gear. As for the event weapon, the Braytech Werewolf auto rifle, again, like I said before, it is a guaranteed 950 power fixed roll with things like Zen Moment, multi-kill clip, and a ranged masterwork, having some of the highest range I've ever seen on an auto rifle in the entire game. It's a 450 precision frame. They usually have higher amounts of ranges, but this one's nearly maxed out, and that is definitely something that should be an allure to this weapon, on top of the fact that it does in fact have a damage perk. Doesn't have a reload perk, but auto rifles are usually fine. Outside of that, there's also a randomly rolled version of the Braytech Werewolf, so as soon as you get the first one, you can just get randomly rolled ones if you want to keep going for them, because I assume this weapon has an abnormally high range stat to begin with, because that's nearly maximum. Moving on, let's go ahead and talk about the 10 triumphs that came with the event, giving you a whopping total of 0 triumph score for all of them. With them, there's also a couple of items you can also get along the way, including an Erismorn mask, a special emblem, as well as a toothbrush. We're still trying to figure out what the use of that thing is. Outside of that, because I'm very lazy on screen, obviously you can see the full list of all the triumphs. I'm not going to go through each one of them. They're pretty self-explanatory. I also added in the numbers of how many you need to do for each one of them, which is less ambiguous than Bungie's guide gave us. I will say a few notes about the last 2 triumphs. A Brilliant Smile basically says brush your teeth. To get this is something I actually do have now. Go to Erismorn, she'll give you a box of raisins. That'll task you to go to the Tangled Shore to talk to the spider. He'll task you with killing a bunch of enemies in a certain way. You go back to him, he gives you the next item to go to the next vendor on the next planet, and so on and so forth, until you get all the way back around to Erismorn after going to 7 planets, doing a whole lot of hobgosh, as I said before, and she'll give you a toothbrush, and you can use said toothbrush, and once you do, it says you have a minty smile, and perhaps that this thing can be used later on. And the last triumph is going to be called a spider's vision, which tasks you with seeing a spider in your sights. Now, I've done a bit of research on this. Admittedly, I didn't do a lot of research, but I've looked at a bunch of different forum posts, a lot of replies and answers, and currently, nobody has an idea of what this is, or at least yesterday they didn't have an idea what this is. People tried bringing in the Xenophage because it has a bug inside of it into the haunted forest, seeing if there's some spider webs there. Some people tried messing with the spider in the Tangled Shore, if that's a spider. Some people had some crazy scenarios, conspiracy theories about some type of lens in Destiny 1 that has a spider run across it every once in a while. there were some theories, and I love these kind of theories. But the most likely theory that I saw is perhaps it has to do with the toothbrush, because the toothbrush does say that it might be used again, on top of the fact that Bungie, with this last DLC, likes to roll things out more. Perhaps next week we'll get the next piece of the puzzle, and maybe it has to do with that toothbrush. Moving on, let's go ahead and talk about the Haunted Forest. The Haunted Forest is basically the same thing we had last year. It's in the Infinite Forest, and basically you just keep killing enemies, killing terrors, picking up chests, and eventually you'll fight boss fights throughout the whole thing. And the more you kill, the more rewards you get throughout, the more rewards you get at the very end. Just go fast, kill lots of stuff. It's not complicated. For those of you who are still looking to level up your gear, there is a powerful tier 3 reward weekly from defeating 25 terrors, and a pinnacle gear reward after clearing the 9th branch in a single run. Moving on, let's talk about the Festival of the Lost mods. If you did not know, the Masquerade helmet can have one of 3 different mods: Higher Purpose, Vampiric Touch, and Energetic Assassin, which you can see on screen all their benefits and what they do. And basically they help you do more stuff in the Haunted Forest, and I'm fairly certain that it's just for the Haunted Forest to make that stuff easier and faster. My personal favorite is going to be Higher Purpose, because I like to fly around a lot, so I have more resistance in the air and just more damage to all of the enemies. If you're having trouble defeating bosses, I would go with Energetic Assassin. Moving on, let's go ahead and talk about Eververse. Eververse is basically your store where you can buy all of your cosmetics, from your ships to ghost shells, transmit effects, shaders, masks, emotes, etc, 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 and she has all sorts of new stuff for the Halloween event. Now, currently you can use real money to buy silver to buy pretty much everything that is currently available for the Halloween spirit from Eververse, but there are 3 weeks of the Halloween event, so you should be able to purchase most, if not all, of the different things for Bright Dust along the way. For the most part, you can pretty much just see all that stuff when you go to Eververse. You can access it from your directory, so I'm not going to waste your time. One thing I will mention, though, is that there is an exclusive event Halloween-themed Universal Armor set that's being sold by Eververse for either 1,500 silver or 6,000 Bright Dust. So you don't have to actually spend real money for that fancy red, yellow, and blue armor with the skeleton on their skin that everybody's rocking. So you have to log on to the character class that you want. If you're a hunter, you'll get the hunter ornament and buy those if you want them. And the last thing I wanted to mention was a couple of miscellaneous items, a couple of Bungie rewards. The first one being an emblem called Dark Orbit. It tasks you with finishing the first quest in the Festival of the Lost. You can see it on screen now what it looks like. Once you complete it, go to Bungie Rewards website, claim it, redeem it, email code, and it should activate on your account. And the other one, just by completing the Shadowkeep campaign, you'll get a full guide to make your own real-life mask of the Eris Morn mask. So they'll send you a PDF, and you'll be able to just cut along the dotted line kind of thing, which is really cool, and they did that last year, and I've always wanted to try it. And the last thing I wanted to mention is a bit of a farming method. If you're looking to get some Chocolate Strange coins, you're short, the Black Armory Forges thing still works, or at least that's what somebody told me. Basically, set your power as low as you can, down to 750, and just lose the Forge run. The only people doing it at 750 at this point are new people or people who want to fail, because every time you fail, you get 1 Chocolate Strange coin. They don't allow us to get the materials anymore, but you can still get the Chocolate Strange coin. And then lastly, the best farming strategy for Chocolate Strange coins and candies has been and should be basically just doing the Haunted Forest. You get so many candies from killing enemies, killing terrors. They drop more candies, Chocolate Strange coins from the final chest. You get a whole bunch of them from the extra chests along the way. You get a lot of it from the Haunted Forest. But that's pretty much it. That's going to be the end of the guide. Hope you guys did enjoy. You did learn something. And if I made a mistake, let me know. I'd be happy to add it to my guide. And if you wanted to get access to my guide, which I did say is online, is public for everyone to use, just head over to my Discord. In my Discord server, there's going to be a channel called #YouTube_Twitch, and around the date that this came out, on October 31st, just scroll up until you find a link to this spreadsheet. Ah, damn it, I called it a spreadsheet. It's basically a spreadsheet in Word doc form. But that's it. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next one.